Hey, it's Josh with Hardy Brothers Outdoors, Hardy Brothers Product Reviews. We were sent this whole house humidifier, and it's an ultrasonic humidifier. Only requires a 110 outlet, and it has a tank capacity of 5.28 gallons. It's going to help us raise the humidity in the house, which is important here in the wintertime. We're in Ohio, things get really dry, get a lot of dry, kind of runny noses and dry skin and stuff like that. It also has UV sterilization. It says it's whisper quiet, and it's got a top fill design. So we're going to open it up here, see what's in the box, then we'll get it up and running and give it a few days before we give you our full opinion on how this is working. So let's see here. Right out of the box, we start out with a remote control, the power cord, looks like a filter sponge, and the instructions here. Let's see, warranty card, a little bit of detail there in case you have a problem on your first use. And let's get this out of the box here. It's not too heavy, but that is everything in the box. Okay, this must be what creates the mist, or the pump for the mist. And some nozzles here that are going to help put this up into the air and direct it into multiple directions. So they suggest that you put this somewhere central in your house to where you can get it to blow. And not sure if we'll put it on the one of these lower levels. We have a 5-level split, which is pretty common here in Ohio in the area that we're in. But you basically want to spread those nozzles around so that you're getting mist in all directions, and then that's going to fit right there. So let's get into the instructions, and then we'll get this thing filled up and ready to go. I mean, it's got wheels. It looks like it's pretty much ready to go. So I'm gonna fill it up, plug it in, see what we get. I hadn't really given it much thought, but this is like a 5-gallon bucket. So I've got my my hose here, and we're just gonna fill it up out of this sink. That's is that about 35-40 pounds of water? That's a big deal. Okay, so we got the water in here. We've come up a level on the house to put it on a different level. The one thing I didn't realize was it suggests you not put it on carpet. So it needs to be on a hard surface, tile, hardwood, linoleum, something like that. The other thing is that sponge that I thought was a filter is actually a cleaning sponge. And they recommend cleaning out the tank and this reservoir up here once a week, they said. So you want to be away from the walls, and you want to make sure that you're not pointing the mist on electronics or anything like that that matters. So we're going to go ahead and start it up, see how it works here. They said it takes about 40 to 60 seconds for the pump to get the water up into the right reservoir. And if for some reason you get a flashing red light the first time, just repeat it again, wait 60 seconds again. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so there was a note about if you didn't get mist right away, to drain it, start over. We got mist within 30-40 seconds at the most. So we're getting plenty of mist here. And yeah, so let's we're gonna figure out all the different settings that we can do, and then we'll let you know what we think about it. Okay, so we've been running this thing for about 24 hours now, and it is still putting out just a ton of mist. Something that I learned, because we were trying to figure out where we want to position it in our house. As I mentioned earlier, this is a 5-level split, so we're 1 level below the main floor. And I think I'm going to move it back down to the basement where we started, because what I found out was humid air actually rises. So we can put it down there and it'll rise up through all of our levels, versus right here, all this humidity is going to go on upstairs, which is fine, but we won't have any downstairs. So for the most effective use for the whole house, we'll start it down below. But anyway, We've had a chance to kind of check out the remote. There is a lot of cool functionality on here. You can change the humidity levels. So if you want them to be more humid or less, there's 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So that's your relative humidity level. You can set a timer, you can set a sleep function, you can set your level of how much is going to be in there. So I did change something there while I was doing that. So I dropped it down to 48% relative humidity, which we're already achieving that. So we want to go up on that. Let's see here. There we go. Get it back going again. So it looks like we had it set and it's at 48 right now is what it's reading. But overall, this thing is doing its job. So we're going to relocate it once we drain this tank out, because again, it gets pretty heavy. It is on wheels, and we'll probably use a pitcher to fill it going forward. I did read that it's critically important to keep it clean. So that sponge, keep it clean so you don't end up with mold or anything that's getting, you know, pumped into your air. But this thing is producing a ton of mist, and I'm sure will be a good benefit to our house here in the dry winter time. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.